So if you are, know politics in general, you've probably heard the name Bernie Sanders at some point or another. He is, of course, a senator for Vermont over in America. Um, he's very popular. He ran for president twice. And there are many, many people who see him as, wow, what an amazing, great president we could have had. Wouldn't of a President Sanders been absolutely amazing, etc., etc. And yeah, I think Bernie Sanders would have made a very good president. I do think he has a lot of sort of good policies. If I was an American, I would absolutely want him to be my senator. But he has had a lot of impact on the Democrat Party. That is absolutely in no doubt. And I think his influence on politics in America, even the Democrat Party, has been a very, very good positive influence. And as a result, you have seen other senators sort of go and lead the way. AOC, very, very much casting herself as sort of the future really of the left in the Democrat Party. And there's again a couple of others. But Bernie Sanders is old. He's not going to be around forever, unfortunately. And that's just a fact of life. Politicians get old, they retire. Bernie Sanders is probably reaching that point. Like it or not, he's not going to be around in politics forever. And it will be, I think, a very sad day when he does retire. He will still be, I think, a very somewhat influential voice, of course, in the left-wing American discourse. But a very sad day when he dies, but there will be others. And, Sanders will leave, a legacy definitely on the Democratic Party in some way, shape, or form. What that will be, only time will really tell, but he will absolutely leave a legacy for this. However, he made a video recently, and now a lot of people on the left really, really, really mad at Bernie Sanders. So before we do go getting into this, please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. Down below, there's the links to my Patreon page. There's the Buy Me Coffee link where you can buy me coffee. There's the YouTube thank you button. And of course, as always, there's the Pony Club down below as well. And of course, 'tis Wednesday, so there will be a new Pony Club video for all you Pony Clubbers and of course the Patreon members as well. So let's crack on then into this. Yeah. What has Bernie Sanders said that has driven the left into such a furore, an anger, the type of which you would normally see reserved for someone on the right? Well, Bernie Sanders, get this, had the temerity, nay, the gall, to turn around to these to his audience on his YouTube channel and say, vote for Kamala Harris. I know, shock horror, the gall. How dare Bernie Sanders turn around and tell people to go vote for Kamala Harris? Well, this would, of course, means a bit of context as to what is going on as well. Because there are a lot of people, and I do think, again, rightly so, that they are very angry and annoyed at what is going on in Palestine. I agree. I get the point. I get why people are angry and so upset about it. However, in this election in particular, not voting will be incredibly bad decision, an incredibly bad decision. Even if you decide to vote for third party, someone like Jill Stein, this isn't going to help the Palestinian cause. Because if Donald Trump should happen to win, as Bernie Sanders said, and he's rightly said, if Donald Trump wins, who's going to be better for the Palestinians? Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. It's going to be Harris every single time. You might not like, of course, what Kamala Harris might do, but Bernie Sanders even said it very plainly and very clearly that he has a strategy in place to try and turn the Democrat Party around when it comes to Netanyahu and, of course, on their foreign policy. And I think that is the right decision to do. That is what, most of the left people should have really been doing to sort of influence politics, to sort of push it in that direction. Very recently, of course, we had our own election here in the UK, and we were making the exact same plea to a lot of people. Look, if you want to get rid of the Tories, your only real options are, Labour, or you've got the Lib Dems. Get involved in tactical voting and get the Tories out. Now, of course, there were some independent wins, and they, of course, ran on the Gaza ticket. But even then, they are an independent voice, and they do not have as much power as someone would have, say, within a political party. The Green Party also ran on this exact same platform, saying, "Oh, don't worry about it. The Tories are toast, so you can vote with your conscience." Turns out, as we saw, when you can even look at look at the polls, yeah, if people had, maybe not voted with their conscience, maybe we could have got rid of a lot more Tories, because there were a lot of Tories who had some very, very thin wafer majorities, that if maybe the Greens had said, "Oh, engaged in tactical voting, and joined in," well, we'd seen maybe even less Tories actually in there. Maybe they wouldn't be the main party of opposition. Maybe. That's a bit of a stretch, but could be a possibility. But the other thing as well is this conflict isn't going to last forever. Um, and I will say this now, over the next sort of 4 or 5 years after this sort of conflict over, because it will come to an end sooner or later. All conflicts do sooner or later. Um, then what do these people do? They were elected, especially independents who were elected on a single issue. There's already talk of them now trying to form some sort of new party behind, Jeremy Corbyn, which is upsetting a lot of the people who left the Labour Party to join the Green Party and want now to absorb Jeremy Corbyn into the Green Party. We'll see which direction the Green Party goes in a couple of years, but we're already seeing that fragmentation already start to maybe take place in the Green Party on that front. But don't get me wrong, I think Bernie Sanders is 100% right in what he said. Um, who is the better option? It is Kamala Harris. You may not like what she said, we may not like what her stance is, but infinitely, she's going to be 1,000 times better. Bear in mind, you can look at the comments, and they have done a lot of clearing up and got rid of some of the crazier comments, but you can still see a lot of comments from a fair few people being really angry at Bernie Sanders for daring to say that actually Kamala Harris is going to be the better choice to be here. You shouldn't vote third party. You should go and vote for, you know, Kamala. She's going to be the better choice infinitely. But yeah, upset a lot of people. And I wouldn't be surprised if you do see maybe a couple of UK lefties decry Bernie Sanders in the next 24, 48 hours, something like that. Like I said, the video was only released last night, so most of the UK lefties haven't really responded to it yet, but wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them end up responding, if not today or tomorrow, about it. Have a feeling a lot of them are going to be quite upset about Bernie Sanders. So, as always, thank you very much, as always. And of course, do remember to click on the like and share button on your way out. Of course, links down below, as always. And we'll see you all next time.